Welcome back to you, son of a witch. We're diving into some pretty cool flash fiction stories this week. Stories that you actually sent our way.
Yeah, it seems like you're really drawn to those tales where, like, the everyday bumps into the extraordinary, and,
Yeah,
well, that's exactly what we're here to dissect today.
it is. And we're calling this a wizarding probe
Love that.
into the world of flash fiction.
Wizarding probe. Perfect.
So our first story up is called The Gilded Mirage.
All right.
And just picture this for a second, okay? A city choked by factory smoke,
Okay, got it.
where the rich, they're living it up while the poor, they're struggling just to get by.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's in this setting that we meet Anya. She's a street illusionist,
Okay.
but she's not just any ordinary performer.
Right.
You know, her
Yeah.
magic, it's got this deeper edge to it. It was passed down from her grandmother,
Interesting.
a woman who some people whispered was a witch.
Ah, so there's a lineage there.
There is,
A connection to something beyond the usual.
beyond the usual.
Especially considering how much you're interested in seeing how people on the fringes push back against the powers that be.
Exactly, and from what you shared with us, it's how Anya uses her illusions that really caught your eye.
Right?
She's not just putting on a show for entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a way for her to comment on society, you know, like poke at the powerful and maybe even stir things up a bit.
Yeah, it's like magic with a message.
Magic with a message.
Almost like that street art
Yeah.
that makes you think.
It makes you think, and you're really into social justice movements. So I think
Yeah.
these specific illusions Anya uses are super telling.
Definitely.
Like when she makes those gold coins appear for those poor kids.
Right.
It's like this tiny rebellion against all the hardship they face.
Yeah, it's like she's offering them a glimpse of something better.
Exactly. And then there's that scene with the businessman.
Oh, yeah.
She puts the ace of hearts right on his fancy waistcoat,
Mm-hmm.
then the queen of hearts,
Nowhere.
and then the ruby on his ring.
Yeah.
It dissolves into this blood red stain. I mean, what did you think about the symbolism there, especially since you're so interested in how narratives portray power?
Well, for me, the ace and the queen, they're like symbols of how shallow and maybe even heartless the rich and powerful can be, you know?
Yeah.
And that ruby dissolving into a blood stain.
Ooh.
It's like a powerful image. It could represent the harm they cause or the fact that their wealth is built on something not so clean.
It's like she's exposing their dirty laundry.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. And the crowd's reaction.
So interesting.
At first, they're scared
Of course.
because it's all so uncanny. But then there's this sense of awe, like someone's finally calling out the truth.
Right, like they've been waiting for this.
And when that factory turns into a skeletal beast,
Wow.
it's like a giant metaphor for how industry is crushing the working class.
Yeah, it's not just a trick, it's a statement.
Right. And she even says it out loud. She says, quote,
Let's hear it.
"This is just a taste of true power, my friends. The sort your masters hoard."
Powerful stuff.
It is.
I think this really resonated with you because you're so fascinated by how art can tackle complex social problems.
Absolutely.
It's making the invisible visible.
So thinking about why you sent us this story, what do you think Anya's illusions offer to those who are oppressed? Is it just a temporary escape or something more?
You're all about symbolic action, right? So even though Anya's illusions, they're fleeting,
Yeah.
they plant these seeds of hope. You know, the story mentions that whisper of hope.
Yeah.
By shaking things up visually, she's showing them a different reality.
I have that.
And maybe inspiring them to think, hey, change is possible, even if it seems impossible.
It's a risk, for sure.
Huge risk.
But the potential impact is huge, too.
Definitely.
Okay, let's switch gears now to our second story.
Right?
The Sorcerer's Sport. This one's set in the world of high school athletics,
Okay, a classic setting.
but with a fantastical twist that I know you found intriguing.
I did.
We meet Ethan. He's a student athlete who's struggling to live up to the expectations everyone has for him.
It's tough being a teenager.
It is, and he keeps losing.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
It does, and you're really interested in stories that explore the choices we make when we want something so bad.
Yeah, especially when magic gets thrown into the mix.
Right. How do we stay true to ourselves when there's a shortcut?
Exactly. And how does that impact our character?
Well, Ethan's at this low point.
Feeling defeated.
Yeah, another bad track. Meet a coach who's frustrated.
Not a good place to be.
You know, and he finds this old book in his locker.
Interesting.
And this book, it unlocks this hidden magical talent inside him.
Wow.
I know you love stories about transformation and discovering hidden powers.
I do. It's like finding that spark within.
Yeah, and it's almost accidental how he finds this power.
Right place, right time.
It makes you think about all the potential we have inside us, just waiting to be unlocked.
Absolutely.
So at first, Ethan's driven by this need to win.
To prove himself.
Yeah, he wants to finally taste success.
Makes sense.
So he uses the magic to give himself an edge in the races. The story talks about him whispering this incantation, and then the ground seems to push him forward.
Clever.
It's subtle, but it's enough to guarantee him the win.
And how does that change things for him?
He goes from being a struggling athlete to the star of the school.
The glory days.
To getting all this praise and attention.
But you're someone who values real achievement.
I do.
So I'm curious, did you feel that unease that Ethan starts to experience?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The victories feel empty.
Yeah.
The cheers don't mean anything, and even his coach's praise feels fake.
Because deep down, he knows it's not real.
It's not real.
It's like a hollow victory.
Yeah, and this inner conflict just keeps growing as he gets closer to the city championships,
The big leagues.
where he's going to face his rival Bennett,
Ah, the classic rivalry.
who's naturally gifted.
So it's magic versus natural talent.
It is.
Yeah.
And knowing how much you love the dynamics of competition, I bet this tension really grabbed you.
It raises the question of what true talent really is.
Right. And then during the championship race, Bennett trips. It's a total accident. But in that moment, Ethan has a choice to make.
A crossroads.
He could use his magic to win easily, or he could do something different.
This is where it gets really interesting.
You've been in competitive environments yourself. What were your thoughts on that moment?
Well, it's the ultimate test of his character,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Does he choose personal glory even if it's based on a lie, or does he choose fairness and honesty?
And what does he do?
He slows down. Lets Bennett win.
Wow.
The crowd boos, they don't understand.
They don't get it.
But it's a powerful moment of integrity.
He chooses the harder path,
The honest path.
and he throws away the book.
Rejecting the shortcut.
It's like he's saying, I want to earn my success.
Exactly. He wants to grow and achieve things for real.
And the story ends with this idea that losing with integrity,
It's more valuable
yes,
than winning with a cheat.
it's a powerful message.
It is.
So as we wrap up this wizarding probe into these two stories, what are the big takeaways, especially for you?
Well, in the Gilded Mirage, we see how Anya uses her imagination and magic to challenge those in power.
Right?
Knowing your passion for social justice, I think this story shows how even small symbolic acts can raise awareness and fight against injustice.
It's about using your voice, even if it's through illusion.
Exactly. And then with the sorcerer sport,
Yeah.
Ethan's journey teaches us about ethics and the temptation of taking the easy way out.
Something we all struggle with.
We do, and by choosing to reject magic, he shows us the power of integrity and hard work.
Real success comes from within.
Absolutely.
Both stories, even though they're set in different worlds.
They speak to us on a deeper level.
Yeah, about power choices and what happens when the extraordinary enters our lives.
Big questions.
We really hope this wizarding probe has given you something to think about.
And spark your imagination.
We're always so thankful for the awesome flash fiction stories you send us.
Keep them coming.
And don't forget to rate and follow you, Son of a Witch, for more deep dives into the world of short fiction.
More wizarding probes. Can't wait.
So as you go about your day, think about this. What kind of magic will you use in your own life?
Ooh, good one.
Will it be your creativity, your honesty, or your commitment to your values?
That's something to ponder.
It is until our next wizarding probe.
See you then.